Hello everyone. Welcome to our webinar 6 ways to create more billable services with KantanMT. My name is Riccardo Superbo. I am the Client Solutions Engineer at KantanMT. And I have here with me Laura Casanellas, who is KantanMT's Product Manager. Laura will hold the webinar, and so let's start straight away. Here you go, Laura.
Thank you, Ricardo. I'm going to show my screen, okay? If obviously, if you can't see my screen, just please put it on the chat. Otherwise, I take it that everybody is seeing the screen, okay? All right? So, as Ricardo mentioned, today we are going to talk about 6 ways of create more billable services with KantanMT, okay? So myself, my name is Laura Casanellas and I work as Product Manager in KantanMT. I have a number of years of experience in the localization business. I've worked with, I suppose, in big localization departments of games producers, but I've also worked for MLBs and LSPs. And lately, a few years ago, I started specializing in machine translation very early on. And now I'm working here in KantanMT. I suppose I passed to the darker side, if you like, or the more exciting one. So this is what, I suppose that's my background, and I suppose what I can contribute to one of the things I contribute to the KantanMT team is that I think I know the client, I know our clients well because I was one. So I know the client's needs well. And I have here Ricardo Superbo, who is going to be helping me with the questions later on. And Ricardo works as Client Solutions Engineer in Professional Services. Okay? So I suppose what we want to talk about today is really about adding value to your KantanMT engines. Just, since you pay for a service and you may pay for a number of particular engines and words, how can you just basically make as better use of this service as possible? One of the things we are all very well used to in the industry is preempting customer needs. So for language services companies or for language services departments in big IT companies, providing translations is not enough. It hasn't been enough for many years. And clients go to providers who offer more services and also who are flexible enough to kind of, let's say, go and find the new solution for whatever it is, the new requirement of the client. So this is what we are trying to address in KantanMT. As I say, it's all about adding value. I mean, those are, I suppose, a list of actions or items that the language services industry provides already. I'm sure I've left many out as well. And the idea is now to also provide machine translation integration. So not only machine translation to post-edit, let's say, but also machine translation integrated into the working environment. So by what do we mean, I suppose, by integrated MT? We mean something that can operate, that can connect pretty much with any other, connector or API or piece of software, that it can be installed in many, as I say, many workflows or working environments, and that is flexible enough to maybe, adapt to the new ones. The whole idea is reduce effort, because we know with all these big complicated workflows, sometimes there are so many, how can we say, subtasks that maybe project managers need to do, that at the end of the day they take so much time. And obviously the idea is always to improve the return on investment. If you pay for something, why not getting, the most of it? So the question would be, how can I make the most of my MT engine, in this case my KantanMT engine? We are going to talk about 6 ways of using KantanMT. Obviously, the obvious one that we haven't included here is using it through directly through the KantanMT platform, something that a number of our clients do very successfully, by the way. This would be maybe the more straightforward way. And then there are a number of others, like, obviously very, very important, using it through Kantan to connect with CAT tools and translation management system, content management systems, but also use it through a private intranet or internet, within a web page, within a document or an email, from the project manager's desktop, and the newest one of all, use it in a live chat environment. So the benefits are, a number. One of them would be obviously to increase productivity, because you are translating from the most suitable environment. You don't need to move to translate. Simplifying the workflow, again, integrate into the technology and the working platform of choice. And I suppose very importantly, and something that may separate us from maybe other solutions out there, is keeping the security. So KantanMT triple encryption system ensures security and confidentiality, and this goes for absolutely every client, every customer, every tier or plan. It doesn't matter. Everybody receives the same treatment in this regard. So we obviously do customized engines. This is the whole point, to use your highly customized engine with all the lingo and all the terminology required, maybe for instant translations that yourself or your client might need for gisting purposes in some cases. So if we start just going a little bit deeper onto these features we offer, obviously we can see here, we can see that we already connect to a number of CAT tools, third-party tools, and lately we have announced, I think it was this week, that we are connected now, or we have a connected with Across as well, which is something that some of our clients are very happy about. So translating from your private intranet, we call this widget Kantan Translate. It's a web-based application. It's embedded into any web page or private intranet. It provides instant translation, once again secure and confidential, and is linked to your custom KantanMT engine, to your engine of choice. So how do we do that? You would do it through our page, let's say, through our platform. Okay, it's just very simple. Either you type or copy the text and click translate. Just 1 second. I just want to make sure that, yeah, I haven't got any message in the chat saying that people are not hearing me. Okay. But the good thing is that it can be embedded into your website, intranet or extranet, and it can carry your logo or whatever it is. So in that case, you may have this in, let's say, any website powered by KantanMT, but with your colors, your logo, your look. This is an example. Later on, if we have some time, I'll try to show you live But anyway, just to make sure that you see it, this is an example I just created in a blog. I created not so long ago. Okay, this is, let's say, how it could look like. So translating from the desktop, obviously a desktop-based application, very easy, great for project managers. They install the Kantan desktop on their pin bar, and the only thing they have to do is drag and drop their files for translation. Once they do that, they will receive an email notification announcing that the translation is on the way. And then they will receive another one when the translation is done. Obviously, they can drop a number of files. They don't need to drop one by one, which is great as well. So it's very easy. You know, they don't need to get into the platform to do that or anything like that. Here is an example of how it works. There is the icon. It opens the little dialog box where the file is dropped. Click Kantan Translate, and there's a notification, and then another one when the file has been, or the files have been translated. So translating content in MS Office documents. This is a Microsoft Office-based plugin. It allows users to translate directly in MS Office documents. It works in all the core MS Office features. And again, you know, if you need to translate something in a document you have opened, or very likely sometimes, I think in the industry, there are moments when people get this, you know, these emails, trail emails with plenty of information. Some of it might be in a different language, and you might want to translate it, but the content could be a little bit confidential or very confidential. You might not want to let's say, dump it into a general baseline engine that might not ensure confidentiality. You can use our KantanMT engines to do that. Well, your KantanMT engines, more to the point. So again, we all are very used to this by now. We just have to basically set up KantanMT in the research options, and then it just works very quickly and very easily. If you can see, the translation is here, source and target, okay? Translating from your browser with Kantan snippets. Again, instant translation in your browser. We've done it, we do it all the time. It's a plugin for a web browser, very easy to install. It works at the moment with Chrome and Firefox, and it allows snippets of text to, you know, to be translated without leaving the web page. Here it's an example. Excuse me. We highlight some content. We just click on the icon that is located on the top right corner. We have installed it previously, and the translation appears there. Again, with three clicks, you have it installed and done. Just to recap a little bit about the widgets, the setup time, first time is less than a minute, than 5 minutes for each widget, almost less than a minute, to be honest. After that, it requires to activate your Kantan API or the Kantan API for your engine, for whatever engine you are going to be using. Kantan Translate, it's enabled from the Kantan API, now called deploy section. Actually, we've changed the terminology. The Kantan snippet is a download plugin. Kantan Office MT, as I mentioned, it can be included or added through ad services. And Kantan Desktop is just a download app that you can download from the KantanMT website. We have full instructions in our website, but if anybody wants anything else or has any questions, please let us know after this presentation, and we'll be delighted to point you to the right documentation, okay? And then we have a new one, which is not fully released, so we are testing it at the moment, which is basically KantanMT integrated in a live chat environment. For instance, support agents are able to deal with multilingual requests. It's safe and confidential, and it contains the appropriate terminology and lingo. As I say, it will be released soon. In the past, when I was working for language providers, I have seen or experienced clients that might have support teams that needed to deal with multilingual requests for one reason or another. Maybe they needed to do it on a every now and again basis. Maybe they needed to do it on a more regular basis. And for that reason, these type of apps are great, because they obviously, it can mean for a company that they know that all their locals are going to be supported even if it's after hours, or if they can't afford having one representative per locale, they might be able to do with less, etc. So just, I suppose, to recap, we want to make Kantan as interoperative as possible, and so far it can be used through all these, let's say, platforms or ways, directly from the platform, through a number of CAD tools and TMSs, from a company intranet or internet, from everybody's desktop, within an MS Office document or email, within a web browser, and through a live chat. So even if I've said thanks, do we have 5 minutes, Ricardo?
Yeah.
Yes,
we do.
I'm going to show you the the widgets live, if I may. Of course, it's always very exciting when it's live. So we are going to start with Kantan Desktop. Just give me 1 second. So basically, this is this desktop. I just click it on my desktop, and it just opened up. And I'll just drop a file and click Translate. And the job is launched. It gives me the ID, just in case I need it, and I will be receiving an email now in my email inbox, letting me know that the job is on its way. So another one of those, it's, for instance, Kantan Translate. Okay, this is the real, I suppose, the real scenario. I'm going to type something. Hopefully I won't make any mistakes, and the MT engine won't go crazy. Hold on. So as you can see, it looks nice. It can be far more customized than what I have it here. It's very quick, and in this case is working on or pulling translations from one of our new neural legal engines, and that's why I gave it the kind of the legal lingo. And another one would be a snippet, okay, which is basically if I have a website and I grab maybe a little bit of content from here. I click and here it is, okay? Here is the translation. And finally, I'll show you in Outlook. Give me 1 second. No. So if I just grab again a little bit of text and I go translate. Since I have set up KantanMT on the search options here, Kantan Translate source and the target is here. So as you can see, it's all very easy and simple, and it works really well. So with that, I think I have finished. Just give me 1 second. I'll close all these things now. Okay. Yep.
Thanks, Laura. That was really, really clear. Now we have a few minutes, I believe, where we could have a look at some questions. So here we have a couple already. So the first one is about the availability of these features. So are these features available to all our customers or not? Do they come with specific plan types? So if you could illustrate that, please.
So all these features are available for basically everybody who is a member of KantanMT. They are available. They are in our website. The instructions are there in our website. Let me see. I might even be able to show them to you. Hold on. Just give me 1 second. Widgets. Yeah. Hold on for a second. I'll just move it here, right?
Yeah, that's great.
So we have some information here. We have videos as well, and we have ways. We also have instructions on how to install them. So as I say, if anybody is already a member of KantanMT and wants to test them, and if they need a little bit of support, by all means, please. Let us know, and we'll be delighted to show them to you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Has anybody else have any other question? Somebody I think is making a joke there. I suppose I'll take it on the chin. So in any case, what I'll do is I'll just make sure that everybody gets the recording and the slides. And if anybody has any other questions, or else if anybody wants a small private demo of what I've been talking about, I'll be more than happy to basically, set up a call with you and do it one by one. Is that okay? All right. Well, then we are going to leave it for today. Thanks very much. And I'll be sending all this information to you. All right? Bye.